Hi, my name is Saru Duckworth, and I am a UN Foundation Next Generation Fellow. I'm 24 years old and Nepalese American, and really passionate about empowering the poorest and most marginalized people with economic opportunities for SDG 1. I have climbed 2 mountains to 15,000 feet, not very quickly, but I made it. I'm extremely hopeful because of the absolutely transformative potential of investing in women, particularly, of excluded groups, of marginalized people. I've seen this, day to day in my work with BRAC and its efforts to reach the poorest women, really invest in them to become agents of change in their own lives, transform their lives, their children's lives, and ultimately their whole community's lives. I've also seen it in my own family. Generations of women in Nepal, my female ancestors, didn't receive beyond an elementary school education. They weren't able to hold jobs outside the home. I saw it affect their confidence and ability to really have an identity and a strong sense of self and financial independence. And then really over the course of my grandmother's lifetime, she's been able to see her daughter, her granddaughters achieve, terminal degrees in their fields, go into career paths she's never even heard of. My mother, thanks to my grandmother's not only sacrifice and investment in her financial independence, but also just a wider network of support available in the form of educational scholarships, internships, temporary staffing placements. My mother was able to become an artist. She gets to wake up every day and direct plays. And so not only be financially independent, but do a job that she really loves and find joy in. And so as a beneficiary of that transformation, I feel really motivated to continue expanding that impact to other women and communities. I don't think the SDGs need rescuing. I think that they provide such a strong collective goal and vision of what we all owe to one another as humans, as to our closest neighbors and our most distant global communities. I do think that we need to revitalize the urgency, particularly for SDG 1. Amidst all these conversations of polycrisis and financing, we know that any crises that are coming to us are going to continue to hit those who are already most vulnerable. Most often that's going to be women. It's often going to be people in extreme poverty and young people who are twice as likely to live in extreme poverty, right? And so I think that we need to be really focused on solutions that are going to reach them and have an impact in the next 7 years. And the SDGs can play a really critical leadership role in asking us hard questions. What is the clear, ambitious target we're going to set by 2030 to eradicate extreme poverty? What's the budget commitment we're going to make? And how are we going to leverage and include, NGOs, civil society, youth experts to help us actually deliver that? And I'm hopeful about that. The SDGs, I think, provide, again, that collective vision, that hopeful, ambitious trajectory forwards for our entire globe, our societies. But I think this is something that young people really understand already. We're already so closely connected through social media that we see that a crisis happening across the world impacts our daily lives. It spills across borders. we're going to need to rely on each other even more in the future. And I think that the value of the SDGs is underpinning some of the transformations and ways that youth are collaborating to solve those crises, and provides a way forwards for us to do that together. I think that the SDGs are important for multilateralism because they're so interconnected. They're going to take such a diverse range of stakeholders coming together to collaborate on, and it really brings everyone into the conversation. It brings everyone to the table because no one actor has all of the knowledge to deliver on any one of the SDGs. We have to rely on each other. We have to share knowledge, collaborate, elevate solutions, and that's really the value. I would say start small and start local. I think that's where we're already seeing the most innovative ideas and solutions that are going to carry us forwards coming from, and there's nothing too small. Even if it can't be that you're working on the SDGs in a formal role, maybe it's a volunteer role, maybe it's researching and reading about it, maybe it's talking about it with your friends. Any small way you can stay connected to the issue you care about matters, and that's how you find sustainability to continue for when you do get that big role. Then you're ready to hit the ground running and make the most of it. I think we need to shift gears and urgently invest in young community workers. We saw that they were our first line of defense in COVID, and we risk losing them by not incentivizing them and offering them pathways forwards, career pathways, training, resources, to stay within our public systems and strengthen them for the next crises. I think that the more that we can invest in their local knowledge and elevating it to global levels, the better off we will be. I think that we can future-proof the United Nations by making it a platform that we all come to recognize the needs of people that are very different from us and commit to them and have our needs seen and met in return. And what I think I mean by this is young people are already seeing that we will rely on each other increasingly in the coming years, and that there's no justice for young people, for us, unless there is justice for young people across the world. In gender equality, in climate justice, in poverty. These things will continue to impact our lives unless we can, recognize and help meet the needs of our distant neighbors. My name is Saru Duckworth, and I am a UN Foundation Next Generation Fellow. I'm tackling issues related to jobs and economic opportunities. Let's unlock the future together.